Today we're going to be discussing the savings that can be made by replacing leased lines with a TCCommInc solution and how to use our calculator to determine these savings. Leased lines, while still widely used, are being phased out by telcos and consequently are either increasing in price or being retired entirely. This isn't nearly as concerning for people with phones. However, this is a concern for those who use lease lines for other purposes, particularly radio, SCADA, and so forth. In order to assist lease line radio users, we have developed a calculator, which we're going to explain in this video. We will also be presenting the kind of savings you can typically expect for replacing your lease lines with TCCommInc equipment. And while the example given is for a lease line radio application, much of the same will apply for other applications such as SCADA. And of course, we have solutions for every kind of lease line replacement purpose. Let's start by looking at a typical radio system. We've looked through the FCC database of public safety agencies and have determined that on average, a public safety network uses 10 lease lines, although this number can be larger or smaller. Here's an example showing a dispatch center connected to 5 sites. Site 1 is the transmit-receive site, and the others are voted receiver sites. Site 2, 3, 4, and 5 all have receivers, and all 5 sites are connected via lease lines. For our solution, we'll use our JumboSwitch equipment. All of the sites will need Ethernet access, of which the availability is common for some or all sites. But for the purpose of a conservative calculation, we will assume that Ethernet will need to be added to all the sites and hence will incur a monthly charge. We've noticed an average monthly cost for lease lines is around $1,500 per month. Thus, for this application, the total lease line cost would be $15,000 per month. We've seen that Ethernet cost is typically $350 per site per month. For 6 sites, the cost would be $2,100 per month, which means replacing the lease line cost with Ethernet cost would save $12,900 per month, or $154,800 per year. The cost of our equipment would be $35,900, which means all of the equipment would be paid for out of savings in less than 3 months. We have found that these savings are actually pretty typical, and many of our customers have saved significantly more. Finally, here's how to use our lease line replacement cost savings calculator using the same numbers we just discussed. First, you would enter your number of lease lines here. Then you would enter your average monthly cost here to determine the total monthly cost of your lease lines. Then you can determine your Ethernet cost by entering how many sites you have here and your average site cost here. Now you can see how much you would save monthly, annually, and after 3 years and 5 years simply by using an Ethernet solution. At this point, you can contact TCCommInc for a quote and then enter your equipment cost here. Now you can view your savings with your equipment in addition to how many months until your equipment is paid off. And that's a brief overview of how TCCommInc can make your investment a little easier when replacing lease lines. Please contact us if you have any questions. It's worth mentioning that all TCCommInc products can operate within a standard temperature range of -20 to 70 degrees Celsius, and an extended temperature option is available from -40 to 80 degrees Celsius. Also, the easiest way to find any of our products you might be looking for is by referencing our product matrix. Simply choose your transport column followed by your interface row, and the product you're looking for will be at that intersection. For more information, please visit TCComm.com. You can find any of our products by clicking the drop-down in the top right corner of our homepage. And to view our product matrix, you can scroll down to right here. You can also get in touch with us by clicking on Contact Us in the top right corner of our homepage. Please like and subscribe for more content, and as always, thank you for watching.